Welcome, everyone, to Ask Arn Live, and it's Ask Arn Almost Anything right here, the November edition, right here on the Four Horsemen Network. I'm your host, Paul Bromwell, as usual, and we once again have the privilege and honor to be in the virtual living room with the Hall of Famer, the founder of the Four Horsemen, the creator of the Spine Buster, the 1A of tag team wrestling. He's my tag team partner, Double A, Arn Anderson. Arn, great to have you with us this evening, sir. How are you?
And he's also the proud father that saw his son take a shovel to a man with MLW show that we were at.
Well, buddy, let's do it. Let's get right into that MLW show, because it just wasn't your son who took a shovel to somebody. Before he took a shovel to someone, you got yourself involved in that match a little bit, did you not?
Well, I'm a strategist. I got no problem saying that. I think of things and look at things a little different than a lot of people do. When you're in one of those type matches, which is a bunkhouse match, which is like a no DQ, which is like street fight, any of those type matches, once that bell rings, anything can happen. I mean, guys can rappel out of the ceiling if they want to, and nobody ever takes advantage of that. So this being a monster, and we all know that, 7 feet tall, 285 pounds, maybe 300 pounds, we thought we better get an edge. CM, myself, Brock, we did a little philosophizing there and just decided that as soon as the match was underway, we would get after it. And that's what we did.
Listen, I had to watch. I saw you get in there, grab a kendo stick, as you saw there in the picture for those watching on YouTube. We got some pictures this week, by the way. But you, Brock, CW, I mean, it was chaos. It was pandemonium. Folks were swinging from the rafters, and that's not all that was getting swung around. You were swinging that kendo stick at the big man. And I couldn't believe it. I thought your days in the ring, I mean, all that activity were over. I thought to myself, is Aaron going to hit him with a kendo stick after she sees him doing all this in the ring? I don't know, but it was wild, and it was a good time.
She was not happy about it, that's for sure.
I can imagine. But talk to us about Brock. You said it, big match for him. He's getting rave reviews from what I'm seeing online.
Well, he just, he brought it. When he came down that aisle, I couldn't see him because I was behind him on the entrance. But when I watched it back, the guy that believed his own press, he's starting to figure out that, hey, he belongs as much as anybody. And as long as he brings it, he's going to be okay. And that's what I saw that night. I was beaming with pride.
As you should be. He was walking down the aisle with confidence. And not only that, but just the facials and the way he was talking to the crowd. And man, he belonged, and it was great to see, and just fantastic all the way around. So glad that you had a good time. You were safe and didn't get hurt, and you were okay afterwards. And that Brock just had a tremendous showing at MLW. The whole card was good. It was put together well. Saw Killer Cross was there, Matt Riddle. They had a big match, and so many others. So looked like you had a fantastic time there in Charleston.
Now let's just make sure one thing. I'm not going to be sitting here saying that I was a factor or that I thought I was going to be a factor or anything like that. I had an exit strategy already mapped out for if in case that thing didn't go south, which it did go south, and I got on out of there.
Good for you.
Stayed gone.
That's it. Well, I'm happy you did, and you're here, you're healthy with us. And because of that, you're able to make more appearances. And the one appearance that we're going to talk about tonight, that is the big one coming up, Arn. You know it. It's Wrestlecade. It's you and Brock. You're going to be at the Benton Convention Center this coming weekend. And not only are you going to be there for the meet and greets, the autographs, talking to all the fans and everything. Brock's going to be wrestling again in a tag team match. He and CW, Brittany in the corner against Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. What a fantastic match and opportunity this is for Brock once again, but for all the fans to meet all of you this weekend.
I certainly hope that this is allowed to be a wrestling match without a bunch of toys and a bunch of weapons and all that. These four can give you what the people of the Carolinas like, and that's a story, and tell a story. Those two guys are tremendous talents. We're honored to be in the same building with them. And I think the business in general owes those guys a great debt of gratitude for what they're doing for the business and all the young guys coming up.
It's true. They're going to be there too. And you said it, you're hoping for a wrestling match and not toys, but that sparked something in my mind, because speaking of toys, we know what Cardona and Myers have done for the wrestling toy business. And you mentioned to me before we jump on, Paul, I got to mention something about this show, because I've got in hand for WrestleCade some figures, and I don't have a big stockpile of these. So make sure if you're coming, you come on Friday. Arn, you have some there with you. You want to show the fans what you got and what you have available this coming weekend?
Yeah. Now, these were the ones that were gifted to me from the people that produced them. Now, this is not Woo Woo's company.
Okay.
But this is the ones of me and Tully, a fellow up north. I wish I had the name. It's just foolish for me not to be able to plug the company. It's Hastel. That's right. Hastel Toys. Okay. So I've only got 10 of these. So if you get there early, like some of our most loyal fans do, and I always like to take care of them because they're consistent and they're always there for us. Here's the big deal. Woo Woo's company. Major
wrestling figures, and that's the big rubber guy.
13 is all I've got of these. But it's going to be first come, first serve. And just want to show some loyalty back for you guys. Let you know how much I appreciate you, and where we can, there's a reward at the end of the rainbow.
Love it. CollectMajor.com. Check out more of their figures too. Beautiful figures, Arn. And I know, as you call him, Woody, the rest of us know him as Tully. He's going to be down there too. I'm sure he'll have his figure too from that line. What an exciting time it's going to be at WrestleCade, Arn. I can't wait to be down there. And it's going to be cold. 40s in the 40s, Arn, down in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Cold at the Cade.
I'm sure Tully will have approximately the same amount and the same packaging, he and I, that I have. So if you were to miss out on mine, his is probably just right up the road there somewhere.
Oh, it's going to be great. I'm sure many that have bought that toy line got both of you together. That's the way to do it. The Brain Busters, the Horsemen. So it's fantastic. And listen, last thing that we're going to talk about too is just check out fourhorsemanshop.com. I'm not going to get into more shilling than that. You guys, we've talked about it before. The comics autographed, as you can see here, by Arn, still available. I've already updated the inventory on the site because half of them are gone. Only half are left. And when they're gone, they're gone. Plus a lot of other great merchandise. We're seeing quarter zips and hoodies and all kinds of winter gear being sold left and right. So check out fourhorsemanshop.com. But Arn, I want to transition because
before you go any further, let me just say we will have paperbacks there this weekend as well.
There you go. All right. So paperback comics will be there too. But I want to spend a little time, and I know this is Ask Arn Almost Anything, and the bulk of the show, we're not even 10 minutes in. The bulk of the 50 minutes left will be for your questions. So continue to file them in. I see the super chat. All of our friends are here. And so I appreciate you being here. But I already saw it in the comments. We already planned on talking about it. And that is, since the last time that we were together, Arn, Bob Caudle passed away, 95 years old. And I thought that we would spend a little bit here as we open the show, just having you kind of talk a little bit about Bob, his life and legacy, legendary announcer. I automatically think of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and the Carolina days, Crockett days into NWA. His memorial service was today. Thanks to Mid-Atlantic Gateway for putting the link out on Twitter. It was at 2:00. Got to see a little bit of it. I saw Tony Schiavone and David Crockett were there. But his voice, Arn, connected to the business, some of the greatest moments in my childhood of wrestling history. And we just wanted to give him some respect tonight. So I thought maybe you could share some thoughts, memories of Bob Caudle with us tonight.
Well, he's just a gentleman, just a nice man, always was. He was a class act. He was the voice of Mid-Atlantic prior to Shivani and the expansion and JR and all those guys. Bob Caudle just came across like class act, and that's what he was. And was he 95?
95 years old, yes, sir.
So God blessed him with a really long life, and he earned it. There was never a day that I saw him that he didn't smile, stick his hand out. Arn, how you doing? Very good, Mr. Caudle. And it was, he's just one of those guys that you want representing your company or your business, and just a class act.
For sure, Arn. And right now I'm just transitioning through some pictures that we snagged of Bob working with you, the Horsemen, the Andersons. Gene and Ole was the first picture. There you are with Tully and JJ and Bob, always the stick man. This is a fun one with Buddy Landell. You're wearing the Yankee hat. And then this is one I got to meet Bob a few years ago. And look who's wearing the Yankee hat now, Arn. Bob Caudle. Did you know that?
A setup. Is that a setup?
I mean, I just thought it was funny. I saw this picture of you rocking your Yankees cap, and little did you ever know that he was a Yankees fan.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Irony.
That's 2019 at WrestleCade. I got to meet him for the first time, and we talked a little bit about Tony Schiavone. He did a little video for me. I sent it to Tony. But, man, what a super nice man. I got to meet him one time. But you got to spend, and so many others, a great career with him. And just very sad to be about his passing. His wife had only died a few months earlier. So now, reunited with her, I'm sure. And just 95 years old. What a wonderful long life on this earth.
I wasn't even aware that his missus had passed away.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
5 months prior. So
well, God bless them both. I hope God is taking care of them as they should be.
There you go. That's great. Rob Hissam I just scrolled to the bottom comments. I see I'll get to plenty of them ahead. But Rob Hissam said this show is dedicated to the great Bob Caudle, and I'm totally good with that. And we'll dedicate this show to Bob, and we'll have some fun and a good time in his memory for sure. But I want to thank all of you for being here, because that's what we do this for, right, Arn? It's for all the listeners and all the fans that have supported you and continue to support you in your great career.
Yes, sir. This is your show, folks. We say it every week. It is your show. And if we can get some information out there of appearances that we're going to be coming to that you might not have known about, this is the avenue that you find out where we are and where Brock's going to be wrestling. That's my main concern is keeping his name out there and getting him some publicity, and let the fans know where he's going to be in CW. And
yeah,
everybody shares in the wealth of this podcast, and I'm very thankful to be able to do it with and for everybody.
Well, we love it, Arn. We love it, being a part of it. As I said in the opener, the virtual living room, and that's what it feels like. It feels like just sitting around talking with you about great memories, getting to know you in a different way than we got to witness you as a career enforcer and everything that you did there. And it's just so much fun. I was, trying to think, we're coming off talking about Bob Caudle, his impact and all. And then you transitioned and talked about Brock and you doing it for Brock. And I thought, how do we now transition into a little bit more lighthearted and humor? And then I go to the super chat, Arn, and I see none other than Darren Staley sitting there. And of all the people to transition us into a lighter mood, it's got to be someone, a character like Darren Staley. Arn, are you ready for your first super chat of the evening?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Darren, thank you so much. $15 super chat. Talk about Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you, Darren, for that. He said, Arn, fathers are proud of their sons for many reasons. This is the first time I've heard of he took a shovel to a man as a specific point of fatherly pride.
Well, you got to consider it's coming from me. Now, I do have a history of doing things a little strange sometimes. tying people up and hitting their hand with baseball bats and follow them to work and all that crazy stuff, getting them in the concrete and scrubbing their face. There is a history. It's not like it's one thing just popped up out of nowhere.
It's true. Good, valid point.
The apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, apparently.
Yeah, when you got a hitman like Arn Anderson through the time, whether it was the rock and roll
former hitman,
yeah, whether it was burying Ricky Morton's face in the concrete floor, going after Dusty's hand in the parking lot of JCP, any of these things, of course he'd be proud. Darren, you should know that he's following in Daddy's footsteps.
So now it's a new measuring stick, Darren. You take a shovel to a man, there's your pride point if you're a dad.
Keep bringing it, Darren. So fun. We'll go to another super chat, and then I'm going to go to the rest of the comments and start rifling through as many as I can here tonight. We're going to have a good time. It's Thanksgiving season, Arn, and we're going to talk about what your plan is for Thanksgiving. By the way, on social media, it was posted 1988 Survivor Series, your very first WWF, WWE pay-per-view was around Thanksgiving season. So pretty cool. There's a picture of that floated around. And you were saying, Paul, I'm pretty sure 89, that was my last pay-per-view too for WWF. It was the full year, right?
Yeah. And I think it was the actual last show, not just pay-per-view.
That was it. So Survivor Series is a big deal for you.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. It's a big deal. But, in those days, here's the reality. It was another work day. It was just one that you didn't gripe, because in those days it wasn't guaranteed money, and that building would have been 20,000 people and packed, and it was a good payday, and it would pay for Christmas. So, you worked on Thanksgiving and you were happy, no issues.
I love hearing how you explain it, because the wrestlers have such a great perspective. So different than we as fans, because we're just like, oh, it was so awesome. You were in the ring and it was Demolition. It was Hogan. And you're like, it was a great work day. We got to pay for our kids' Christmas. So it was great. It's so different, the lens of how we look at things. But man, it makes total sense now as fathers, as providers, and when you think about going to work, that was your going to work. And that's what your goal was through all that.
Yeah, we weren't playing wrestler. We were going to work.
Providing.
Earning a living. If you had to be gone, it's nice to have that check looking good at the end when you got paid. Now you can deal with, working on Christmas Day. Shoot, I did double shots on Christmas Day.
And I talked about the WWF Survivor Series pay-per-view, but before that, you were doing Starrcades on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, bet. I mean, we worked when everybody else was off. And that's the way, the structure that's the business model.
Yeah. Well, fans are available and ready to do something. They stuff their bellies full of turkey, and now they want to go out and be entertained.
Check.
Yeah. And that just meant a big, nice payday for you guys. And do you have any memories of those real early Starrcade days when you started to work those, and Thanksgiving, what that would look like for you? And I'm sure you've talked about it before, but it's that time of the year. But what that looked like for you in those days, those holidays?
Well, you would have your meal either before or after. We weren't going to miss Thanksgiving. I wouldn't, not at our house. So it may have to be a day or two before or a day or two after. And Erin, as we've discussed on many occasions, is an incredible cook, which she got from her mom. Her mom taught her how to make up some of those turkey and dressing and such, deviled eggs, all that good stuff. And we would just work around it. That's it. Everybody understood it. Everybody was on board. The only thing that sometimes got a little hairy was if you had little kids and it was Christmas morning and you had to rush through that and hurry through that and go to the airport or do something that got a little testy if you forgot what the goal was.
Sure. Oh, and you know what now? That's like the all mainstream sports. If you're playing football, NFL, I mean, obviously NFL's been around a long time doing stuff on Thanksgiving, but now it's NBA, NFL, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It's a full docket of games. So, when you talk about the entertainment business, because let's face it, that's what sports is now. And, just like wrestling, that's what these folks have to do. It's a big ratings boom these times.
Have you noticed that it used to be on Thanksgiving Day, it would be Green Bay and Detroit, and they weren't great franchises at that time. So it wasn't great matchups. Now they got great matchups
Thank God Detroit
in the
finally.
holidays.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go to another super chat. It is a wrestling historian. He said, "What was your experience working with Chris Kresge?" Chris Kresge.
Who is that?
Do you remember Chris Kresge at all?
No. What was he a wrestler?
He was, and from the Attitude Era. He's an unsung hero of the Attitude Era. I'm just looking him up myself because again, I thought
I'm not familiar with him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, he wanted to know your experience
I
working
wish
with
I
him.
could remember it, but I don't remember that name.
Okay. Well, let's keep going. We're going to keep asking questions. So I'm going to go all the way to the top because we have a lot of folks here and we want to make sure we get so many men. Mediocre Warriors here. And he says, with the Survivor Series this weekend, is Arn in shape? I know he's contractually obligated to always start the War Games match. Arn, they getting you in there this weekend?
No, I'm not in shape. I'm 67, and my body reminds me of it every single day. We'll see how they work the strategy. Maybe there's some leftover thoughts or thought processes or strategy that some guys that were there in the day when I was having all those that might implement it. We'll see. Be interesting.
Maybe the commentator will say something. Maybe Michael Cole will belt out. They're in the Arn Anderson role, starting this out here at the War Games. Because man, that was your role for so many years, bud.
I only missed one that I didn't start. That's for sure. Which is pretty good record.
Oh yeah, not bad at all. He has another question. Here's a riddle for Arn and Paul. Rick, Dusty, and Abdul the Butcher sit down for dinner. Who bleeds first?
Oh, Rick's bleeding when he walks in the room.
He's already forking himself.
Who knows what happened? Maybe he slipped and fell in the hall, banged his head on the doorway coming through. Who knows? But he would predominantly be the first one bleeding and probably the last one.
It feels like nowadays all it would take is just a little poke to the tissue paper skin on his forehead, and it would just start bleeding at this point. He's just beat the shit out of himself so much over the years.
Well, who knows?
Yeah. Ryan Nodal says, happy early Thanksgiving to everyone. Arn, the way you describe your Thanksgiving feast, I wish I could fly to Charlotte and have dinner with you. So there you go.
Woman can cook, buddy. I'm telling you.
Darth Payne says, hey guys, happy Thanksgiving to all the family. Question, did Double A get to work with or see Terry Gordon and Stan Hansen?
I worked with Terry and Doc some when they were at WCW, which was very short stint there. I think it was Bobby and I worked with them some, but what were there? Was Stan and what was
probably it was Stan and Terry asked about Stan Hansen. Do you ever remember wrestling Stan Hansen?
I wrestled Stan Hansen a few times, and there was nothing more frightening than staring across the ring and seeing him squinting and pulling down that rubber elbow pad because you knew he was fixing to hit you right in the chin with it.
Well, and then you find out later as fans that the guy was blind as a bat. So.
Yeah. That squinting was really, really dangerous because he couldn't see at all.
And that wild man's coming at you with this flailing arm and he's blind as a bat. And you're just like, what am I doing here?
He was 300 pounds and you couldn't blow him up to save your life. Period. You could not blow him up. He was in incredible shape.
That's when you start to rethink, is this really the guy I want to wrestle to have to like pay for kids' Christmas this year? You know, that type of moment. Is it worth this shit?
Well, when he's across the ring pulling that elbow pad down, you're thinking, should I just go ahead and eat this and let it be over? Because if I duck it, then something else probably just as bad's coming right behind it.
Do you remember the stiffest blow that you ever took? Was it something that was so memorable you'll never forget it?
I'm going to need some help on the name. Probably our crew of fans will know this right away. There was a kid that played football for Tennessee that had the biggest damn legs I'd ever seen. Muscular. Spent most of his career in Japan, but he was with WCW for a little bit. Dark curly hair, good upper body. He wrestled in Japan a lot. Is there somebody that can help us with that?
We'll find out. We'll give it a few minutes. But what did he do to you? And then I'll wait.
He just hit me with a tackle coming off the ropes.
Okay.
And I just never been jarred like that in my life. And it was just one solid ran right over me with a tackle. Man, when I hit that mat, I went, good Lord.
Oh, wow.
You remember it? I wish I could remember his name. He played for the University of Tennessee.
There's some names being thrown out in the chat. Was it Chris Champion?
No.
It wasn't Ted RCD, was it?
No. Doug Furness. Bingo. We got him a web winner. His legs were just huge. I mean, he was a big squatter, low center of gravity, probably was only about 5'10", but I mean, solid as a rock.
So Doug Furness gave Arn the stiffest shot that he can. There it is. Everybody's throwing in Doug Furness now, so they got it. That's something I don't think I knew before. Have you ever shared that with anybody?
No, that's never came up. I mean,
all right, there you go.
And it wasn't that he pissed at me. That's just the way that he worked.
Yeah. Okay.
Because over the next couple of days, I went and watched with him wrestling other people. I went, let me figure out if this guy was pissed at me or
he just worked that way. Yeah.
This with everybody, and it was with everybody.
Okay. All right. We got a super chat from Darren Staley. We'll throw it over to him. My personal deviled egg eating record is 19. How many deviled eggs could Arn Anderson eat in one Thanksgiving afternoon?
Oh, on and off during the day?
Yeah, just rifling them down.
Probably a dozen.
Easy dozen.
I could have forced them down.
With eating other things too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you what's live. Get some of those brown and serve rolls. Cut them in half. Get some dark meat. I'm a dark meat man with the turkey. Put in there. Put a little bit of gravy in a dish beside you. Squeeze that thing together and start dipping it in the gravy.
The brown and serve roll, little dark meat in between the bun, and just slopping it in the gravy.
And just dip it in and
like sopping it in there and shoveling it in.
That's the one.
All right, guys, gals, you heard it here first. That's the move. Thanksgiving, get your brown and serve, get your dark meat, get your little side bowl of gravy, and have the Arn Anderson special.
That's correct.
We call that's called the, what do we call it? The Spine Buster turkey sandwich. We got another super chat. Let's go. A wrestling historian, fantasy booking, Brian Pillman's departure from WCW. Would he have turned on the Four Horsemen, or would you guys have kicked him out? Thanks in advance. So if you were in charge and you know Brian was leaving and you could write the story on how he leaves, would you have him turn? Or would you guys just said, hey, you're out of here?
Yeah, I would have kicked him out.
There you go.
You got to do stuff on the way out that was done for you on the way in.
There you go. I like it. All right. Thanks, a wrestling historian. Keep them coming with the super chats. We're going to keep going through the questions. Let's see here. Ryan Noto, I mentioned you. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate it. Daisy Mama, happy early Thanksgiving to all of her friends. Let's see what else we got here. Mediocre Warrior. Public service amounts. Tomorrow is the busiest grocery shopping day of the year, so let's make sure we avoid that at all costs. Daisy says, happy Thanksgiving, Arn and Paul. Arn, I know how highly you talk about Bobby Eaton. And I saw a post on Facebook over the weekend about someone talking about how wonderful he is, and it made me think of you. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you very much. He is as fine a human being as God ever put on earth.
No doubt about it. And that's one of my regrets. I stood in front of a table with the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette back prior of 2019 when I saw Bob Caudle, and I got to say hi, but wish I would have snagged a picture with Bobby Eaton. Just a fantastic person. Very quiet, by the way, at the table. That's just how he was, right?
Yep.
Few more questions here. Daisy Mama says, Arn, with Survivor Series this weekend, do you have a favorite moment or match? So you were in two of them. Do you remember anything or a favorite moment or anything from the Survivor Series in general? Or it could be not even when you were in it, maybe when you were helping behind the scenes at WWE. Anything that you recall from the Survivor Series?
I think I just liked the way it was. The teams were kind of made up with a hodgepodge of different guys. You got a chance to see, because in that situation, you're going to have guys that are going to get their shit in. And, you can watch and see how creative guys are. Are they going to work together? Are they going to make it individual? Some thought process goes into it. And I always look forward to a challenge and see what's going on.
We're going to continue on. We got some more questions. Arn, and this is from Mediocre Warrior. If you went to Larry Zabisco's house for Thanksgiving, how long do you think he would stall before you could actually eat? The stall, man. I love that question. All he did was jump out of the ring and walk around. That's so good.
That is good.
And what would he say? What would he say, Arn? What would he say when he's stalling?
Oh, Arn, would you please see who's at the door? Larry, I don't live here. It's your door. Please do something.
Go check it yourself and let's eat.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
It's
awesome.
your house.
That's right. So good. Chris Orlando says, no question today. Just want to thank you both for the best wrestling show out there, and happy Thanksgiving to both of your families. Chris Orlando 6162, happy Thanksgiving to you, and thank you for the kind words, buddy.
Yep, back at you, my friend.
CGA Songman. So a lot of people are coming on saying, hey, our normal usernames are not the same tonight. We don't know why, but this is CG Artis, who's normally here with us every other week, says, good evening, gang. I hope everyone is having a good week so far. It's been a crazy, hectic few days. My brother rides bicycles, and he had an accident and broke his pelvis. No surgery, but going to take some time. Man, CG, so sorry to hear about that. That's rough.
But that's painful. Pelvis, it covers a lot of area.
Yeah, for sure. Some folks with some real nice comments to Bob Caudle, and asking about thoughts of him. Mediocre Warrior said, I think Bob Caudle and Lance Russell are two announcers that really don't get talked about because they were so, in the territories, within the territories. But you're absolutely right, Mediocre Warrior. Let's see what else. Mediocre Warrior wants a collector set of figures. We were showing off some wrestling figures earlier. The collector set he's looking for has Arn, Aaron, Smokey, Brock, and Paul. And we're all a big group set of figures, kind of like that Four Horsemen action pack. So what do you think? We get Smokey in there, little dog in the corner of the action set. And I can't believe I made an action figure collector set, but Aaron is in there. That'd be cool. And then you and Brock. And it's like, me as the adopted person, and then the rest of you. That'd be fun.
Are you serious?
He has no comment at all. This is no, you talk about no selling.
That's the beyond weird.
Sorry, guys, that's not going to help.
I
Let's see.
have to treat that for what it is. That is really strange.
Got me. That got me. I tried. Let's see. Horror fan wrestling fan says wrestling is special to all of us in the chat and the Mr. Anderson and Paul. Thank you so much for saying that. Here we go. He also says, Mr. Anderson, what do you think about AEW ripping of the NWA National with the design of the NWA TV Championship? So, Arn, I don't know if you saw it or not. AEW came out with a national championship, and the design is right in line with your TV title, which I have over here under this shoulder. So it exactly looks like the same plate style of the TV title. Also looks very similar to the plate style of the national title. So he's just looking for your opinion. But I will say, for those that remember championship belts back in '85, Hulk Hogan's WWF championship title had the exact same design. It was a favorite of Reggie Parks, that design. So I know everyone associates NWA only with that design, but Hogan's 1985 belt also had that same exact design. But did you see the AEW National Championship by chance? It just debuted on Sunday.
I did not. No.
It is gold instead of silver. It's gold and red, and it doesn't have the red leather. But
who's the champion?
What's that?
Who has that?
Ricochet won. Ricochet did.
Ah,
yeah.
Well, I would just say this, just for him to remember that the title doesn't make him. He makes the title mean something.
There you go.
And if it's a brand new title, he has some leeway there to tell the audience what it means to him. And he's a very talented guy, extremely talented guy, very athletic. We'll see what he turns it into.
For sure. Hey, listen, I'm just a fan of the classic title look coming back to the grand stage, because so many people nowadays are like, that belt looks like crap. That belt looks like we need to go back to the old school title look. So I'm loving it. And I understand the NWA TV title. I get it. But I've also realized too, WWF also had a very similar title with Hogan 85. So it's not like it was only NWA's style. So it's also been out there. So I'm for it. Bo Glidden, 6755, my buddy Bo. He said, what's your Thanksgiving plans? Any dish being served or prepared and or soon to be prepared that's your favorite for that day? So Arn, our buddy Bo, wants to know what you're most looking forward to as far as being prepared, and what is your favorite dish for Thanksgiving?
Dark meat, turkey. The ham is the one that you go and get at the store that's honey baked ham. I like giblet gravy over dressing. This one I usually wait for the second round to go. I usually let the potato salad get real cold in the refrigerator, put it on a fresh saltine cracker. That would be later in the afternoon. That's kind of one of my favorites.
Buddy, it sounds wonderful, all of it. I listen, I love everything. Homemade stuffing for me, the dressing, it's not something that I get with any other meal really throughout the year. So it's a real big treat for me on Thanksgiving.
It's once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't eat stuffing but once a year. Makes it special.
Yeah, so I'm definitely good. Rob Hissam, I think we just answered your question there. Arn and Paul's Thanksgiving spread, spare no details. I mean, it's the green bean casserole. My one of my wife's sisters will make that, a corn casserole, and it's a sweet potato casserole, and it's, we're gonna have the homemade mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing, and to your point, ham and turkey and the dinner rolls. I mean,
how about the gravy bowl?
A gravy bowl.
It gets passed around because it gets on more than one item. That's for sure.
I mean, and then the pies, Arn. There's got to be pies. And my one sister-in-law makes a pumpkin cheesecake style dish. That's layers of pumpkin pie with like a cheesecake layer, graham cracker crust. I don't know. It feels like my eyes start to go cross just thinking of my blood sugar. It's incredible.
Yeah, I hear you. None of that sounds like it sucked.
I mean, are you a big dessert guy on the day?
She makes me these no-bake chocolate cookies.
Oh, I've heard you talk about those before.
They're pretty outstanding. Peanut butter crackers with a Reese's Kiss right in the middle of it. Not
Those are
bad.
good too. Those are usually around at Christmas time for us.
That one makes a return visit around Christmas.
All right, I'm lining some questions up here, throwing them all so I can just go through them all here. Oh, we got a super chat from none other than, oh my God, you know him as Arm Yanderson. Some know him as Yambag Jones, and it's $20. Arn, Paulie, cheers to you both. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I'm thankful for another year of friendship and another year sitting around the virtual learning tree of the one and only AA. Hashtag don't wear white hats.
Well said.
You know what? Thank you, Yambag. I know you can't make every show and you make all of them that you can, but when you're here, it's a treat. So thank you for being here and supporting us, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. We appreciate you very much.
Have a great Thanksgiving with your family and your boys. All right. Mediocre Warrior. Paul, let me see. Oh, I just lost how in the world. Are we going to keep Yambag's comment up here forever? Where's the Yambag Jones? I got to figure out a way to remove that comment. All right. There we go. All right. We're back to normal now. Mediocre Warrior says, question for Paul. You're an excellent shill guy. The ShamWow guy is running for public office. I think you should do so too. Listen, when I come on here and I talk about Four Horsemen Shop and I talk about this book and I talk about all the great things, Arn, everything I do it for you. I'm really just trying to help support my man, Arn Anderson. Okay.
Put a sock into singing.
You didn't like my Bryan Adams at all?
Oh, blows.
You didn't like me in an action figure in a collectible box. You hate my singing. What's next? This is Thanksgiving.
Stay in your lane, Paul, and you'll be excellent. Stay in your lane.
Oh my goodness. Tim Angston says Survivor Series team, Arn, Paul, Brock, Smokey, and who else? Who else would fill out our Survivor Series team, Arn?
I thought we covered this, didn't we?
No, they're asking for a Survivor Series team. Now, this isn't us in a toy box. It's me, you, and Brock and Smokey. I guess it's got to be CW. He's an Anderson.
It's got to be. Keep it in the family.
CW and yeah, that's it. That's our group right there. And we'd have a great time and that'd be fun. And I just stand out there and not sing, apparently. Darth Payne says Bob Caudle was the Brent Musburger of the NWA. Well said. I love the comparison.
Very nice.
Ryan Noto, Arn, I just saw one of your old promos where you compared Ronnie Garvin to Charles Manson. Looking back, do you think about how much you could get away with back then? I think you'd be canceled today.
Wow.
Oh man, that's so true though. I mean, but hey, back in those days, you just cut promos and you could say things, and it was all part of wrestling.
As long as you didn't curse.
There you go. That was the rule. Boss Brat 3429. Arn, do you have any stories on Ray Lloyd, aka Glacier?
Nice man. Very nice man. Came along at a time where there were a lot of characters being introduced and he kind of got lost in the shuffle, but seen him over the years and over the decades. He's always been really a nice guy. I think the world has been good to him and he's appreciative and very nice. Nothing but good things to say about him.
That's great to hear. Darren Staley said, imagine if Yambag Jones and Darren Staley had a child together. Nah, I don't think we want to do that, Darren. That's a little bit scary. Let's see what else we have here. We have, I need to know, when are we getting back the Blue Chew ads for the Orange Show? I remember we used to do those Blue Chew ads back in the day. Those were a lot of fun, weren't they?
Yeah. What happened to all those sponsors?
We're waiting for Blue Chew. Come back, Blue Chew. Come back. We want you. Yeah. We need your business. I got to be careful what I say.
Be an investigation over that. See what happened to all those sponsors.
Hey, Dominic D'Angelo, we need Blue Chew back. Can you help us out with that, please? We would appreciate it. You know, and when we say we need Blue Chew, we mean, you know, ad revenue. We're not talking about we need Blue Chew. Okay. We're good. Okay. Listen, Darth Payne wants to know, when do we get Stan Lane on the show to talk about the Midnights and Arn's dancing? Lane has to have an opinion. How is Stan Lane? Have you talked to him anytime or on any of these appearances?
It's funny. I saw Stan and Kern at the show you went to in Charlotte.
Yeah, that's right.
They were sitting there at autographs at table. It's funny. Erin's one pointed out to me that she said that she was kind of standing back. We were going over to say hello and shake their hands and stuff. And it said that Stan just kept looking at Brock like a flashback. For those that knew me back then, to see him now, it's like deja vu, I guess.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure the past wrestlers that haven't seen you a long time and then just glance over at him or have to do a double take.
Deja vu.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stan Lane, 72 years old. I just looked him up real quick and noticed that. Never would have guessed that.
No, he don't look it.
No.
I'm sure he don't act it.
There you go. Billy Shelton. Billy Shelton says, looking forward to meeting you at WrestleCade this weekend and purchasing a few autographs from you. Arn and the Horsemen are one of my all-time favorites. So, Arn, you're going to get to meet Billy this weekend.
That's a pleasure and an honor. Remind us of this conversation, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, remind Arn when you see him that you're Billy Shelton, and we just talked on the YouTube podcast. That's great.
Yeah, and let's take this opportunity right now. Is everybody aware that Paul's going to be there?
They don't care.
Person?
They could care less.
Yeah, that's not what I hear at all these things. They say Paul's doing a good job. We enjoyed the show. Love the podcast.
They don't say they want me to sing, though, do they? They don't say they want me to sing.
No. And yeah, I won't either.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking. Hey, I will be around, and if any of you are there, please come stop by and say hi. I would love to say hi to you and see you. Arn, I really am excited about this weekend. First of all, I can't wait to see you and Brock and Erin. And I'm excited to see. I'm just a wrestling fan like everyone else. I've pre-bought a lot of meet and greets, so I can't wait to meet some folks. I mean, someone on my bucket list I finally get to meet, and I'm proud and loud to say it right here. Finally get to see and meet Trish Stratus. And so I'm looking forward to that. Woody, your buddy Tully's going to be there, so I'll get to say hi and talk a little bit to Tully. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, and so many others. Sting, one of his last appearances in full makeup, December, his last appearance, I think, in Pittsburgh. That's it. He's not putting on the face paint anymore after this year. So I don't know if you've heard that.
I mean, that's a big moment in time.
Yeah. So, it's really going to be cool I had gotten a picture with him in Vegas. So this time I'm going to go get him sign the picture of us. Listen, I'm just like all of you. I love to collect all this stuff and see these folks. So I cannot wait. It's going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully we can stay warm enough down there. It's going to be great. So should be good. Okay.
Little nippy.
And it's going to be nippy. You got it. Let's keep getting more and more of your questions. CG says, I've been watching the Clash of the Champions marathon that's been going on WCW YouTube channel. So there's so many great Arn Anderson matches. Arn, the WCW YouTube channel is really cool. So they're putting up so much classic content. And I wanted to ask our fans this. Let me know. Has anybody else noticed that Clash of the Champions 2 never made it to the YouTube channel? Can someone tell me why? I haven't been able to figure out why that didn't get uploaded. And there might be one other Clash that they've been putting things up in chronological order, at least for Clash of the Champions. If anybody knows why that hasn't been added, but Arn, it's a great way for fans that love to just click the link, the app, go on. You can watch the whole Clash of the Champions playlist. It feels like one of these days when all the content that they've saved historically in Peacock or the old network goes away, it's all going to be out on these YouTube channels. And that's okay with me. They're not necessarily charging. YouTube still has ads and makes their own money, and WWE gets that. But it is great to leverage that method of YouTube. So thanks for saying that. Arn, Chris Morrison says, hey, Arn, I remember a match you had with Alex Wright. You faked a punch. Oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. He ducked, and you immediately hit that DDT for the win. You know the one, Arn. Who came up with that brilliant finish?
Didn't I tell you to start the show tonight? I'm a strategist.
You did.
Then who do you think's idea it was?
Listen, that guy is so good at strategy that WWE hired him to be a producer for how many years, Arn?
19.
Okay. So there you go. Rob Hissam says, Arn, Paul, Tully, and Trish in the same room. Start filming now. And Ryan hopes you do an appearance in Tampa in 2026. He'd love to meet you in person.
Certainly possible. That's
a
lot of stuff going on around Orlando and Tampa, a lot of wrestling stuff. So I was actually down in Tampa this past year, summer. I think it was June. They had a really nice, really well done fan fest down. It was right north of Tampa, probably 15, 20 miles.
I think, Arn, hopefully if whoever's listening, if there's a Comic-Con or something down in Florida, Arn likes it a little warmer, but not too hot these days, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Guess it's what time of year you go. Right?
Yeah, for sure. This is the time of year to be down there. A lot of people, a lot of wrestlers live down in that area.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason for that. They're all young. The heat don't bother them. They're young.
We have a few more questions. Tim Angston says, Arn, pecan pie, or pumpkin pie? Pecan or pumpkin?
Can there be other options? How about peanut butter pie?
I'm all in on peanut butter pie too.
That's
chocolate silk pie.
Chocolate silk. Oh yeah. Mrs. What is it?
Mrs.
Chocolate silk pie. Mrs.
I know where you're going.
That dark chocolate pie.
Just like you like your turkey. You like that dark meat.
Dark meat.
Darth Payne's got it.
Mrs. Smith's.
Mrs. Smith's. How about banana cream pie?
How about key lime pie?
Key lime, okay. I'm more of a banana person, so I'm there on that one. Okay. Chocolate, silk. You're not pecan or pumpkin, though. I could see you were not.
Not really.
Okay. Have you heard of this thing called Oreo lasagna?
Nope.
It's like
that's all I need to hear about it.
You don't like Oreo?
Let it go.
No? You don't want to hear how you make an Oreo lasagna?
No, I don't give two shits about it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It's like I don't like pineapple on pizza. You know what I mean?
It's not a pasta. They call it lasagna because it's layered with all kinds of chocolatey goodness, like pudding, chocolate pudding, Oreos, cream cheese, Cool Whip, and they layer it like a lasagna and just call it Oreo lasagna because of how it's layered.
Don't this kind of fall under one of those if it ain't broke?
I'm telling you, man, it's if you could go in having a blood sugar score of 80 and then be done and be type 2 after one, it's so good. It's so
Mediocre good. Warrior just said, wow, Ole Anderson has possessed Arn's body today.
Oh, that's great.
Horrible thing to say.
That's great.
Wasn't it?
Oh,
my
that's
heavens.
fantastic.
I'm
Oh my,
assuming that I'm being grumpy today.
yep, just spitting
Shitting
fire
on
at me.
stuff.
Yep, yep.
It's just a facade.
Oh, this is so good.
But
That
since that's the way it's interpreted, I'm going to be a little nicer the rest of the show.
no. That is awesome. Man, mediocre warriors. He's got that quick wit. Are you sure he shouldn't be?
That was good.
It's good.
That was good.
Wrestling question. Hey, Arn, this is from someone Z8R. How underrated is Ray Stevens and Art Barr today, in your opinion?
I've never seen Art Barr work that I can recall. I'm sure I have, but I know he was with WCW for a minute, but mostly he was, I think, out on the West Coast.
Oregon, maybe?
Or Portland. That's where he spent most of his time.
Carl Leffy wants to know, Arn, did you ever wrestle? And I love seeing all these familiar names from back in the day. Did you ever wrestle Jerry the King Lawler?
One time we went over and ran a co-op show on a Sunday, and it was a 6-man bunkhouse match. It was, I think, Rick, myself, and maybe it was either Tully or Ole, and it was Dusty, King, and maybe Magnum, 6-man tag bunkhouse match. That's the only time.
Okay. Troop Pilgrim 144K says, salute to Double A, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Thank you, sir.
Rob Hissam says, Paul Singing just sold 3 books and a hat at the merch store. His words, not mine. Thanks, Rob. Tim Angston says, Arn, can I get a note saying I can't work tomorrow so I can practice my spine buster and or study some more of Arn Anderson? Can you put a note together for him?
How about letting me know how that turns out?
Oh, this is unbelievable. This is so good. The folks in the chat are having a great time. Ryan Nodal says he has a yam bag style food question. If you had to eat one, yes, it would have to be, okay, so it's either a double cheeseburger or a pineapple on your pizza. Which one would it be? You have to eat one.
Cheeseburger.
The double cheeseburger. Okay.
I can get through a double cheeseburger if that's all it is, just meat and cheese. It's when you start putting ketchup and stuff on there that
you're out on that.
Loses luster.
Okay. Interesting. No fried onions or mushrooms or tomato.
That all goes on the double quarter pounder. And I like it just mayonnaise and onion and bacon. The meat that they use for the quarter pounder.
Yeah.
They have upgraded and it's good.
And that's one of the few that they will only make it when you order it. They make it fresh. It's not frozen. A friend of mine who worked at McDonald's gave me that. I used to, anyway. Let's see here. Someone Z8R says, Arn, how many times did you want to kill Jim Cornette?
Never.
Was he a guy that you had fun with, like behind the scenes or just cracking jokes? I could see you too.
I could see him terrorizing other guys, and obviously the audience hated his guts, but he would torture some of the guys who didn't know how to deal with Jimmy. I thought it was entertaining. He's a funny guy.
Hilarious. And I know in your quick wit, I would just picture behind the stage as you guys maybe talking through things or saying some stuff. I could just see some fun banter. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like, you two would have fun together. Let's see what else we got here. We have about another minute. Let's see any other super chats. I don't see any. My final question, Ryan. Did you ever work with David Otunga in WWE? He has an amazing YouTube channel, and he's a very smart man. Any interaction did you have with David Otunga at all?
He certainly is. He absolutely is. Looked like $1 million. He was part of Nexus. We, as an industry, missed the boat with those guys. They were, I don't remember when they were at full strength. Maybe what was there, 8 of them, maybe?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact count, but they were. It was a cool group.
They should have had a 2-year run where they just destroyed everybody. It could have went on and on and on. And Dave was, great physique, smart guy. I think he went to Harvard, a Harvard graduate, and he was married to the singer, the young lady.
Yeah.
Well, she's a big star. What's her name?
Oh, was it Jennifer Hudson?
Jennifer Hudson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was very successful in life.
Arn, there's several people coming in. Darren Staley, happy Thanksgiving. Folks are saying, hey, for the Christmas edition, can we get 2 hours? I don't know about that, Arn, but we were kicking around an idea of having someone join us for the final show of the year. So I think we got to confirm that up, but I think we're going to try.
Or maybe I was going to tell you this. Yeah, then we're talking about doing the 9th.
Yep, our next show, December the 9th on Tuesday. Does that work for you?
9th will be better for that mystery guest.
All right, well, let's do that.
About something. The one we're thinking about is going to be out of the country.
So
and that's
we'll
the 16th, 9th and the 16th.
So 9th, we'll have the mystery guest and turn it into the Ask Arn Almost Anything, and we'll have some questions from the mystery guest and have fun on the 9th. And then for December, everybody, we're going to go back to back. And I'll tell you that why here in a minute. But then me and Arn will be back, and we'll do July 1996. That's Bash at the Beach. That's the night Hogan joins the NWO. And we'll do that on Tuesday, December the 16th to close out the year. And the reason we go back to back on the 9th and 16th is to give Arn and myself and all of you some time off around the holidays. That following Tuesday is the 23rd. The week of Christmas, the following week after that is also New Year's Eve and New Year's Day week. And then Arn and I will come back together with all of you on January the 6th, Tuesday the 6th, to kick off the new year. So update your schedules now. Tuesday the 9th, it'll be Ask Arn Almost Anything with a special guest. Tuesday, December 16th, we'll switch it up and do July 1996, Bash at the Beach, Hogan returns, and we'll have a great time. Rob wants to know, will we have a Smokey run-in? You said Smokey wasn't doing too hot right now, Arn.
Stomach's upset. He's when he don't feel good, he goes and hides under the bed all day.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's been doing. So thanks for asking about him.
No doubt about it.
9th and 16th podcast, right?
9th and 16th. And we'll get our special guests lined up for the 9th. Darren Staley wants to know, will there ever be an Ask Arn Everything show?
Maybe.
I don't know about that, Arn. You don't want him to ask you everything, do
I
you?
don't want to open up.
That's right.
Because I know right where they'll go without even having to say it.
There you go. And we've talked many a times that you're not going there.
Never. So, there's no reason to.
There you go. Rob Hissam says, will there be an Anderson family Christmas special? I don't know. I don't think Dolly Parton's going to come in and sing around the fire for you or anything like that.
She would be very welcome. I love Dolly.
But yeah, could you imagine the Andersons all in red Christmas sweaters sitting around the fireplace, drinking some cocoa? That would be great. Daisy Mama says, give Smokey our love.
I'll do that.
So there you go. Guys and gals, we've had an absolute blast. We appreciate you being here. I know, Arn, you want to wish them all a happy Thanksgiving with their families. So I'll let you do that before we get out of here.
Guys, we love you all. We appreciate you. The holidays, just remember to tell somebody that maybe doesn't know that you love them and appreciate them. And tell them twice that day, because it's important.
It's so well said. And, you know, this is also, the holidays are so fun and so special for family, but also remember those that sometimes this is a hard time of the year too, for other reasons. And, you know, let's just be kind and cherish, Arn's point, cherish this time together. A wrestling historian says he wants to see Arn Anderson versus the Gobbledygooker. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
But I can
And
tell you this, I can beat the bird.
he has no problem beating the bird. You saw what he did with a kendo stick, guys. He can still swing a stick.
It's
And
no different than a turkey.
there you go. And I appreciate all your comments about having Dolly Parton at the Christmas special. Listen, we've had a great time. We'll see you on December 6th. For those coming to WrestleCade, can't wait to see you over the weekend. It's going to be an absolute blast. On behalf of our guy, the enforcer, AA Arn Anderson, this is Paul Bromwell, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks on another episode of Ask Arn Almost Anything with our special guest.